And good morning and welcome to the Huddle, the Saturday morning Huddle. Kenny Roto alongside John Bozike. It is week number 13 of the high school football season. Also, week number 3 of the OHSAA playoffs. And John Bozike, we had 3 teams from Stark County still in the playoffs last night. Unfortunately, we're down to 1, the Massillon Tigers, and we're going to take you through all 3 of those games, what happened, how Massillon advanced, and how McKinley and East Canton, unfortunately, did not advance last night.
Yeah, unfortunate night for our teams in Stark County. Really thought they had a chance to get some things done last night and just didn't turn out that way. Not the night for East Canton. Went up against a great Mogadore team that might be one of the best teams in Division 7. Honestly, Kenny, they might have a really good chance to take it all the way and go all the way to the state final. And then in the case of McKinley, just an absolutely heartbreaking end at Mentor. Was right there and just came up so close. And as we were talking about on the phone last night, Mentor has snake bitten the Bulldogs multiple times in the playoffs going back to like 2006. So it doesn't get easy playing against the Cardinals, and man, they should have won the game.
Yeah, they should have. But then again, they shouldn't have, because they had too many self-inflicted wounds, too many penalties, some breakdowns. It was, you know what? If you didn't have a dog in the race, right? If you were just watching a high school football playoff game in Division 1, Region 1, you didn't care who won. Mentor McKinley, 25-24. Mentor wins on a 2-point conversion. It was a phenomenal game. If you are a Mentor Cardinal fan, it ended up great for you. If you're a McKinley fan, you're sad this morning. You're down, but not out. Because if you go back, if you're looking for baby steps in Renzi Parnell's first year as the head coach with the McKinley Bulldogs, they played that same Mentor team in this same round last year. 31-0 Mentor wins that game last year. So here you go to Mentor, an hour and a half drive, whatever it is, right? That always adds some intrigue to a matchup. You go there, you're leading 9-3 at halftime. You're leading 24-17 with a minute 47 left, right? That close, right? That close. You scratch and claw Al Pacino in any given Sunday. And they just could not make the final play to get the W. And so, give Mentor credit for finding a way to get it done, as McKinley gave them everything and anything they could ask for. And this is early on right there. There's an interception after the first touchdown is scored by McKinley. This helps set things up for the McKinley Bulldogs offensively and defensively all night long. They were outstanding. You get another interception there thrown away on the sideline. And I'm wondering, okay, is McKinley going to be able to punch it in? And right here, Kylan West almost takes it into the end zone. I believe that was right before halftime. And they had to settle for a field goal right here to take a 9-3 lead into the locker room instead of getting a touchdown there, which would have made it a 13-3 lead. And maybe that came back to haunt them in the end there. But just a great game, great plays all over the place. Mentor struggled, only had about 60 yards in the first half, but they came out in the third quarter and they started doing what Mentor does, and that's move the ball up and down the field and finish with plays in the end zone. And, here's a running touchdown. The ball pops out. The offensive lineman from Mentor recovers it, but they said it was a good touchdown when he broke the plane. So that gave Mentor a 10-9 lead. And here's a play where McKinley's backed up inside its own 2-yard line, and the handoff is fumbled. Mentor is able to recover at the 1-yard line here on this play. And this is one of those mistakes we talked about from McKinley. They were so close, but yet, they would shoot themselves in the foot with penalties or turnovers. And here's a perfect play to the pylon right at the goal line. The catch was made in the end zone, broke the plane. So all of a sudden, Mentor is up big. But then right here, how about this scoop and score? This baby's going back 94 yards. The game was all but over right there if Mentor takes it in for the touchdown as they were up 17-9. But Dwayne Robinson with a 94-yard scoop and score after the big hit from Colin Hinkle. And McKinley goes for two. They get it. All of a sudden, we are tied 17-17 going into the fourth quarter. And this huge play right here, great catch for McKinley by Britt, 29 yards on 3rd and 11. And then Kylan West does his thing. He goes outside, cuts back inside, twists, spins, and turns, falls into the end zone. McKinley goes up 24-17. The Bulldogs are feeling pretty good about themselves with 1:47 left. But unfortunately, John Bazika, they did the little pooch kick, and it set up Mentor in great field position. And then on 4th down and goal, Mentor throws the alley-oop up to Hodge, their outstanding wide receiver. Justin Hodge going to Miami of Ohio. He goes up high to get it. Mentor trails now 24-23 with 20 seconds left. They decide to go for two. And Mentor, Brogan Jones, the quarterback, this was his third option running the football. His first two options were to throw the football. Those were covered, but he saw it opened up, and Brogan Jones takes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Mentor 25, McKinley 24, the final, an instant classic. Like I said, great win for Mentor, heartbreak for the McKinley Bulldogs.
Yeah, some outstanding highlights there, Kenny. Great work last night. Those were a blast to go back and watch all of that, see the game unfold. You know, I was saying earlier as we started the broadcast that, you know, it's one of those cases you look back at the history between these two, and 2006 Mentor really kind of got their fast break football going. They had a quarterback, Bart Tansky was his name, and he led Mentor on a drive down the field in a state semifinal to win at Massillon 18-13, beating a really good McKinley team. So it kind of started there.
Yeah.
And you go forward some years, they play a little bit in the regular season. Couple years ago, Scotty Fox throws a touchdown. His time is expiring for Mentor to win 19-14. They have a history of these back and forth kind of affairs. And I don't know that anyone is going to be tougher than last night. And it was interesting listening to you guys on the radio call it, because our game finished so quickly due to the running clock. Just the decision to go for two as well. Matt Gray, what about the just absolute, you know, I don't know what you want to say, cojones on that guy to go for two.
Let me jump in there, John, because of that. He said there was no doubt, and they knew the play they were going to run. They ran it. It was the third option, the quarterback keep on that, right? And I said, how long you been working on that play? August. How often do you work that play? Every day in practice. So that was their one play, right? Every team is supposed to have that 1-2-point conversion should it come down to a situation like this. And Matt Gray said that was our play since August. Every day, we had no doubt. We're at home. We're going for the win. And Brogan Jones, the quarterback, again, first option is a pass. Second option is a pass. But with those receivers being, you know, running the routes that they did, that opened up the field when McKinley plays man-to-man. And if you notice, some of the McKinley players there had their back turned because they were covering, shadowing their receiver they were assigned to. Well, when you're in man-to-man, you don't see what's happening behind you if you're covering like that. And that opened it up, and he darted for the end zone, dove, got in, 2-point conversion, good, and the Mentor crowd went absolutely crazy.
Well, and I heard Mark Miller say that too, because McKinley took the time out. And, you know, I mean, obviously if you're a coach, you draw up your best play. That's what you've got. You know, you've got every coach, if you ask them, they have that one play that they're like, yeah, if we run that, we'll score 9 times out of 10 on a 2-point conversion. And, you know, give Coach great credit. It's something that Coach Tribb started up there trying to build to win a state title. Yeah. And they've come so close year after year. I think they might have as many state runner-ups as anybody in the state.
They've got 4 of them, John. Yeah, we looked, and they have it on their stat sheet, 4-time runners-up, 2-time Mr. Ohio football. I think it was Tansky that you said and Mitch Trubisky. Those 2 won that award as well. The only thing they haven't won is a state title, and their only loss in their last 26 games for Mentor, John, to St. Ed's last year in the playoffs. St. Ed's wins the state title. Well, guess what? They get a do-over. Friday night, it's going to be St. Ed's and Mentor squaring off again in the playoffs, but we don't know for sure if Jackson Farley will be available for Mentor. And this is something we haven't mentioned so far. Jackson Farley, coming into the game yesterday, had rushed for over 1,500 yards and 26 touchdowns for Mentor. He hurt his knee last week in the win over Jackson, 52-6. He did not play yesterday. And I got word before the game he wasn't going to go, but they have not ruled him out for the season yet. That doesn't mean he will play against St. Ed's, but they haven't said his season is over. So we'll have to wait and see if Jackson Farley gets in the game. If not, then they're going to have to rely on Braylon Callahan, Dominic Burns, Ryan Orsog, 3 running backs, and one of those 3 got hurt last night as well. Don't know the severity of that injury. So they may be down to their 3rd and 4th running backs taking on St. Ed's next week. But they care, but they don't care because at least they had that chance to play, where McKinley, unfortunately, their season is over at what they finished now, 9-3.
Yeah, and ultimately, I mean, even though they don't have him, I mean, it's got to be, you have to have that next man up mentality. I mean, you can't think about that. You can't worry about that. And, they will figure it out. They will get things done. They will, it's a great team. It's a great program that they've built at Mentor. As I said, started with Coach Triv. You and I both have a ton of respect for that guy, what he built there. And, as you always call it, fast break football. It's something that's different. And, it's always been tough to defend, and a lot of teams have adopted it over the years. So they'll eventually get it done. It's heartbreaking that McKinley Kenny has been searching for a win like this for so long. Yep. I mean, you really have to go back to almost the Brian Cross years of almost 20 years ago to the last time that McKinley got a win like this. I know Ron Johnson the one year made it to a regional final where they lost to Massillon, but they've just been searching. And it really seemed like this was going to be that time, and they just came up short. They came up one step short.
In the paper today, I saw, I think 2006, the last time they got out of the 3rd round. So Josh Weir did a great job with his article in the repository today. But, yeah, a tough loss for the McKinley Bulldogs. They lose 25-24 to Mentor. And, their season is over. We'll get to your game. East Canton comes up short on the road at Mogadore. But, John, we've got one team remaining, and they're the top dog, or I should say they're the top cat. In Stark County, once again, with a state championship still on their mind. The Massillon Tigers get a win last night in convincing fashion on the road in Columbus.
Yeah, and not just a win, but Kenny, we've got some highlights thanks to our friend Seth Bailey at Massillon. He's on the sideline every single week and does great work. And we're going to show those highlights as we're talking to Coach Moore. But I want to show this before we get Coach Moore on. This Anthony McMullen Jr. last night.
Oh, man.
Look at old boy hit the truck stick. Wow. I don't even know what that is on the Xbox anymore, but this is a nasty run. Just running over dude on his way to the end zone. And of course, he gets the chance to flex.
Wow.
And that's a perfect way to start to bring in Coach Nate Moore. Coach, congrats on the win last night. Thanks for joining us on the Huddle. I think is that Anthony that you've got with us now?
No, we've got Jay Will.
Oh, Jay Will, nice. Well, let's. Hey, Jay Will, we're gonna show that highlight again. We want Jay Will to break this one down for us. This run last night, Jay Will. What'd you think of this one?
Well, unfortunately, the defense can't really watch the offense work, but when we got to the bus and I opened Twitter and stuff like that, and I seen that video, I was pretty excited for him because that was a crazy run.
Anthony McMullen Jr., 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, and boom! Get out the way, man. He just bulldozed him, ran him over, and you guys did that for the entire night. And Coach Moore, thanks for getting up with us on the Saturday morning huddle. Jaden, we appreciate you joining us as well. Coach, what stood out to you the most with that victory last night as you go on the road and really take care of DeSales 48-14?
What stood out to me the most is we didn't start very well. And we were pretty sloppy, I thought, through the whole game. I thought the effort was there, and we certainly made some good plays at times. But overall, I don't think it was our best performance. And And so we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Coach, I heard you say that after the game last night with another media, and you win 48-14, and you say it's not the best effort that you could have put forward. What in your mind has to change moving forward for it to be that effort that you would like?
It really just comes down to consistency. I mean, you got to be that guy all the time. You can't pick and choose when you're dialed in, when you're focused, and when you're not. You have to be that way all the time. And so we're on a quest to become the best team that we can possibly be, and we weren't that on Friday.
But Coach, how nice is it? Even though you weren't, you still win by 34 points. So that's I know you want to be up here, right? You're striving for that perfection. And if you strive for it, you may only be here or here, but it's still good enough to win. So what's that say about your team that even though you're not happy with it, you still won convincingly yesterday? Well,
I mean, we're certainly happy to still be playing football, right? I mean, it could be a lot worse.
Right.
But we choose to concentrate on the things that are going to help us advance on our goals, which, sitting around talking about, how great this play was or how great that play was doesn't help us.
Jaden, for you, hearing that, knowing the Massillon way, what are you doing as a senior leader to try to, I guess, get that out of the rest of your guys?
I used to defensively, I feel like we made, a lot of mistakes that we continue was doing checks and stuff in practice. So this comes that we gotta come out stronger, faster. We've been harping all week that we couldn't start off slow. We couldn't make the same mistakes we did last week, even though or the week before that against Hoover. But I don't think we fulfilled that, and we just try to make it better this week in practice and make it an emphasis how we start off with that being Sunday practice.
And Jaden, you know what the ultimate goal is, right? It's winning a state championship, and there are steps along the way to make that happen. How are you as the leader of that defense? My opinion, best player in Stark County. How are you doing that? Either in the locker room or maybe in practice on the field or in the game and in the huddles. Getting your teammates all on the same page.
I would say, especially on Fridays, always make sure the guys is always level-headed. We fight a lot of adversity a lot of times, especially with that stuff that happened towards the end of the half, with the pick six. Defense, don't like seeing stuff like that. But I try to always keep my guys level, especially defensively and offensively. You can see they played a real well game yesterday, even though we had a lot of mistakes. But like I said in practice, we got to make an emphasis on just getting better, and we got this week, so it's gonna be a good one.
Jaden, the effort last night of obviously one of your teammates, Deontay Malone, just what he does night in and night out. Speak to his explosiveness and just what he brings to the team and what he does on both sides of the ball.
Deontay is definitely a playmaker. We need one. Everybody looks at Tay. As you see, he play on all three levels, which is offense, defense, and special teams. So it just shows how hard of a worker he is, because people see the success he has on Friday, but we also been seeing Tay, all off season, work his butt off. So it just shows what type of player he is, and only being a junior, he got a lot to fulfill next year too.
Nate, for you now moving forward, it's a rematch. We had the Mentor McKinley game, and Mentor edges out McKinley on a 2-point conversion. So they're going to face the team they lost to in the playoffs last year in St. Ed's, right? You guys get, like I say, a do-over this year as you're going to face Big Walnut. What's the approach? Do you bring up last year? Is that a motivational tool you use? Or no, this is a different team and we're only going to worry about us?
Well, I mean, last year did happen, right? And so that has to be dealt with. But last year is also last year. It's in the past, and this is a 2025 Massillon Tiger team, and our keys to victory all lay within our locker room. So as long as we take care of that, we feel good about where this team can go.
Coach, I was reading this week, and I want to ask you about this. I believe it's called the warrior mentality, something that you guys follow. I really wanted to, I guess, pick your brain and ask you to speak to that, and just what that does for this team, and how that's become a cornerstone of your program.
Oh, I thought, were you going to share some of that?
No, I wanted you to share it, because I was reading about it and about some of the keys to it, and how there's like a process of it, and it goes down a long list about this warrior mentality, and I wanted you to explain that to the folks that are watching.
Oh, what did they say? I'm not familiar with the book.
No, I was reading an interview that you did about it.
Oh, from us.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, warrior culture is what we call it, and it's a distillation of the key factors or key axioms of warrior cultures throughout history, and we're just trying to draw on what men have been drawing on for thousands of years as they hone themselves and in preparation for battle.
And Jaden, when you hear your coach bring that up, right? Coaches have different philosophies, different sayings, things of that nature. Obviously, there's a winning culture there at Massillon, but when that comes up, how quickly do the players buy into what coach is selling in that situation?
Yeah, so it's definitely like a routine to us. In our team meetings on certain days, we go over like different warrior cultures, and we go up and like say them. So with me being a senior, I've heard it like 4 years now, so I'm kind of familiar with a lot of them. So it just shows how like the winner culture, like you said, and how we can harp it into football. Like for example, like unyielding loyalty or like disregard for pain and suffering. Like it all goes back into football. So it just shows what we talk about.
Coach, how much do you like he's parroting what you've said, and that means he's a leader, and probably the other players around them are going to listen to him as well as you?
Yeah, I mean, there's that's exactly what you want is you want these guys to take these ideas and use them to become the best football player they can possibly become. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you can mold yourself into the best football player possible for whatever gifts that you've been given, then you're also going to be molding yourself into the best man, into the best son, into the best husband in the future. All those things are the same. So we are a developmental program. But that doesn't just mean football, and it doesn't just mean the weight room. It's all of those things together.
Coach Jaden, appreciate the time this morning on the Huddle. Wish you guys the best of luck moving forward against Sunbury Big Walnut this coming week. And as always, thanks for stopping by the Saturday Morning Huddle, guys.
All right. Thanks. Take care, guys.
Go crack that nut next week, Coach. Go get them. Got to beat Big Walnut and take this thing hopefully all the way to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. And there's that run right there. That's big time. You know what, John? How about this? You know what that reminds me of? On the Kenny and JT show Thursday, we had Earl Campbell on. The former we're the Houston Oilers, love you blue, right? Earl Campbell was on with us. That's what Earl Campbell used to do in the National Football League, running over people like Anthony McMullen Jr. did right there. Campbell was 34, he's 24, but same result, man. Dump trucked him, steamrolled him, bulldozed him, dropped him like a bad habit, whatever you want to say. That's an angry runner and a punishing runner, and he hit pay dirt at the end, and that kid's going to have nightmares for the rest of his life.
So, Kenny, we've got a couple things we want to get to here. We've got Louisville in the chat because I didn't see you. Coach Kappas and Trevor Burek are going to join us, an all-county kid, and, of course, we want to talk to Coach Cap. But I want to hear from Spider last night real quick. Talked to him for about a minute and a half after the game as East Canton fell last night, 47-14. And I just wanted to get Spider's words out there and have what he said about his 2025 Hornets be heard on the Huddle this morning, because the group obviously meant a lot to him. So here's our thoughts with Spider Miller after the game last night.
Speak to this season, the fight that these guys had, and what this year has meant to East Canton football.
Well, this one game doesn't define what we've done all year. We fought all year. We came out and fought the second half of this game. They're just a very good football team, and proud of our kids, love our kids. I mean, they work hard, and put us in this situation to be in the third round of the playoffs. And nobody was satisfied with that. That's not the ultimate goal, but you know what? They did. They played hard, did the best they could tonight.
Yeah, Coach, being able to set new heights, 10 wins, third round of the playoffs, what does that say about this group, this program, and what type of expectation does it set for groups moving forward?
Oh, this group had great resilience. I mean, they fought. I mean, they were accountable, disciplined football players, and hopefully that will grow with the young kids, and to be able to practice 3 more weeks with young kids, kids we got coming back, that's a plus.
The crowd here tonight, the community support, I know that means everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, our community has supported us, and our school, everybody in our school, everybody has, and we're very proud of them and thank them very much.
Last thing for you, this group of seniors, special group for you. I saw the emotion as you're watching the alma mater. What did they mean to you, Coach?
They're like my own kids, I mean, love them to death, love all of them to death, and they play hard. They gave us everything they had, and practice-wise, game-wise, and very proud of them.
Coach, congrats on a great year.
Thank you very much.
Unfortunately for them, that season comes to an end last night. They lose 47-14 at Mogadore. But to get to 10 wins, John, third round of the playoffs, they've got some kids on the all-county team that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Kudos to Spider Miller for the job that he did. If I had a vote, I know the coaches picked it, and we'll find out Thursday night at our banquet who our coach of the year is in Stark County. But if I had a vote, it would go to Spider Miller for the job he did this season. So a tip of the cap to Spider and the Hornets.
No question. And I actually saw our next guest shaking his head in regards to that, because that's Coach Chris Kappas, who is from the Louisville Leopards, and his outstanding junior center, and Trevor Burek. Coach, thanks for stopping by the Huddle this morning. And like we said, we wanted to talk about the all-county kids. We wanted to talk about kind of years in review, because we're not really sure. This might be the last Huddle that we break of the year, but there's a chance that we might have one more next week. And thanks for stopping by this morning, you and Trevor.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
Coach, congrats on a great year. Trevor, you as well. I want to go right to your player, Coach. Trevor, what's it mean to be on that all-county team for 2025 in Stark County? Some high praise.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it means a lot. It's all the off-season work feels good to pay off. But, I mean, I think our whole team feels like we all fell short in the playoffs, and that's what really matters to us. So,
yeah, Trevor, not just you, but your other lineman. I just want to know, if you and Aiden Norris sat down, how many burgers could you guys eat in one day?
Probably a lot. I know I could get probably 5.
So you're not going to challenge Joey Chestnut, but you think you can eat a pretty good amount, right?
Oh yeah.
Coach, to have those guys on your O-line this year, both all-county, Aiden Norris, Trevor Burek, what did that mean to your team and the season that you had?
Yeah, they're everything. Everything's always going to start up front. And with those two guys having really 2 years of playing varsity experience going into their junior year, they're playing like seniors, and just really leading the way, doing a great job. And they're great people too. They lead our team by serving their teammates and serving their community. So it's just, it's great to have those guys on both sides of the ball up front. And, they're the line is always the heartbeat of the team.
Trevor, do you feel like, for so many years there, Louisville football was kind of down? Do you feel like your class and some of these classes coming up are trying to bring back the tradition? And what are you guys doing to make that possible?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like truly the senior class that we just had really set the standard for all of us with all the off-season work that we did. Mainly like Gabe Stouffer setting up all this stuff. He was a captain for us this year. He set up a bunch of stuff in the off-season for the whole team to get together, work out. Him and the wide receivers were there probably 3 days a week throwing the football in the off-season. So it's really, I feel like the senior class that we just had really started it and put us all on the right path.
Trevor, for you, what's the best memory of this season?
I'd probably have to say it would beat New Philly in the first game of the year. We hadn't won the first game of the year in, well, for as long as I was there, and then
Quite some time.
yeah, a long time before that. So
Yeah.
it was cool to be able to win that first game and then see the community rally behind us falling on.
Coach, you know, we played the highlights that last week, losing in the playoffs like you guys did. What kind of, I don't even know if taste is the right word, but what does that leave for these guys moving forward, seeing how close they were to winning a playoff game and taking that next step?
Yeah, obviously disappointing to not win that game, and we certainly had it in our hands, and missed some opportunities to close the game out on the last drive. And when that happens, you always see those come back to haunt you. But it was the next step in our program. No one on our team had ever been in a playoff game before, and
Right.
before this year, none of them had ever really played in a big game before. To get that experience, and for those guys to see that we belong there, that we can certainly beat that team and win the next game and the next game. So it's just it's you want to have the success, but at the end of the day, it's gaining that experience and gaining the confidence. And next year is the year we've had circled for a long time around here, just with Trevor's class going into their senior year, and the really strong group that we had this year as sophomores really stepping up. So it's it was a step in the right direction, but I think these guys know we have another level to take this program next year, and these guys are already begging to get back at it, and looking forward to next year.
Guys, congratulations, both of you, on an outstanding season. We'll see you guys Thursday night at the awards banquet. Well-deserved, and best of luck in the offseason and into next year.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
Outstanding. And John, before we go any further, we got to give some love to our sponsors here today as we're flying through the show. There's so much going on, but without them, we can't do all of that, right? So AkronAutoAuction.com, Chad Bailey and his staff, phenomenal. Unbelievable. Check them out online at AkronAutoAuction.com if you're in need of a vehicle. Marianne Donuts will have our sweet play of the week coming up a little bit later. And we've got a bunch of sweet plays this week to pick from. Community One Credit Union. We will have our player of the week, courtesy of Community One Credit Union, coming up here in a little bit. DeHoff Realtor, Ty Colucci, a new sponsor this year. Proud to have them on board, as well as Dirty Hands Excavating and Restoration, another first-year sponsor. So without those sponsors, we're not able to get up and bring you all these great interviews with coaches and players throughout the year.
Yeah, Kenny, and obviously our goal was, as we said, to honor some of our all-county kids. We're going to talk to folks about the all-county team here in a bit, but we have like a Hoover Christmas party going on. We got one Hoover Viking,
right?
We got two Hoover Vikings.
Can we get three?
And then we got three.
There we go.
We have
all
three.
over the place. Vikings are everywhere, and they're everywhere. As I hold up my sheet with the all-county team, a lot of orange on this sheet. And Coach Baum, I'm going to start with you. Thanks for getting up with us. Introduce to our viewers out there which two Vikings all-county players you brought with you this morning.
Yeah, we have our receiver, running back, kick returner, playmaker, Jack Andes, and our two-way lineman, offensive defensive lineman. He's a stud, Jack Zarko.
Guys, I want to dive right into it. Jack, the year that you had Jack Andes.
Yeah, get your jacks right, John. Come on now. Got a pair of jacks. That's a good hand at the tables, or in this case here on the show.
I was going to say I've got 20 on my cards already in my game. Jack Andes, the year that you had, the year that you put together, and I've wanted to ask you this all season. This isn't even your best sport. How much football means to you, and how much does the year that you had as a senior mean to you to set the tone for generations coming forward?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I'm already sad that it's over and that I'm realizing like I'm probably not gonna get the chance to play football again. Now I'm committed to baseball, but yeah, compared to last season, like after last season, I just put in a lot of hard work and I knew I wasn't satisfied with how I played, so I really want this season to be a big impact, and I believe it did. So.
Oh my goodness, you kidding me? Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner, punter. What? I mean, you did it all. What was your favorite position, Jack?
Definitely receiver. That's the main one. I just love getting the ball and running. So.
And John, I want to add to something he said a little bit ago. And he said, you asked him, this isn't even his best sport, and he may not play. Again, he's going to BG as a baseball pitcher, hitting about 92, 93 right now, which give him a few years. That'll be 98 probably, right? Knowing him, how hard he works. I'm excited about that. And I'm thinking back, wait a second. There was a kid from Jackson High School who won Stark County Player of the Year, and that wasn't his best sport. His name was Dylan Dingler, catcher.
Yeah.
He goes on and he just beat the Guardians this year in the major leagues. Here you are, one of the top players in Stark County, and that's the ultimate goal, right? This was fun for you, but Major League Baseball is the ultimate goal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So what's it going to take for you to maybe follow in the footsteps of Dylan and get to that level?
Yeah, just a lot of hard work, preparation, staying in the weight room. Yeah, I gotta make sure I just handle everything like I've been doing. I don't want to overthink anything. Try to especially when I get to college, I don't want to, try to overdo anything. Just keep playing my game, and yeah, we'll just go from there.
Good luck in all of that. Great season.
Yeah, thank you.
Jack Zarko, I want to get to you, and then Coach, I eventually want to get back to you. We've got, as I said, we've got too many Vikings in one chat here. I think we're setting a number for this. Jack Zarko, the year that you were able to have, blocking for this guy, knowing the plays that he was going to make on the defensive side, speak to your year and speak to what you felt, the physicality that you guys brought to the Vikings this year.
Oh, yeah, when you have players like Jack Andes making plays out there, it's pretty fun to, block for him. And then great running backs like Michael Lamline, who's just really he's just the guy you want to block for, And I think our team just together, we just wanted to, be the more physical team. If we come out there, be the more physical team with the athletes we have, we have a good chance of winning the game. And, a couple games got away from us, but yeah, I just think if you're the more physical team, then you're going to go out there and get the job done.
All right, we'll go by last name. Zarko, what's the most memorable moment for you this year in the season?
Most memorable, probably beating Jackson after falling short to them last year. That was a good one.
Coach,
Kenny,
you liked that one too, didn't you?
Absolutely. That's a great win.
Kenny, I feel like anytime you ask a Hoover Viking what their moment of the year was, if they beat Jackson, that's probably – guys, I wanted to ask you, when your coach picked up the rail, I know that Kenny was telling me that was a big point of contention. Jack Zarko, we'll start with you. What kind of joy did that bring to you to see Coach hoist that rail and scream like he did in front of you guys?
That was awesome. I don't know. It was just after last year, you saw they put the rail in this place. I don't even know. And we just have it in the weight room. So seeing Coach Baum hold it back up just put a huge smile on my face.
Jack Andes, your thoughts when the coach showed how strong he was lifting that baby?
Yeah, I honestly didn't realize how heavy that thing was. When I picked it up, I was like, wow. But yeah, Coach Baum has some good strength, and I would just say it was just being a senior, getting it back for one last time. It was a great feeling. So
I was standing right near you. You were surprised by how heavy that was because I interviewed you right after the, and it's like you were like, oh, dang, you almost needed some help getting that up.
Yeah.
Not as big as Zarko, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Coach, I want to get this in, John. The season that you guys had, everything that you overcame, what's it mean to you to have these two guys leading the way for you along with John Collins and some others, but they're all county guys here. What's it mean to have players like this in your program, helping you build this program now in your 11th season?
Now, these are what the players aspire to be. Our younger guys need to do what these guys did. If you saw Jack as a junior, he was a skinny. He's a slot receiver, looked like one. He came back. He looked like a running back. He played quarterback. He played receiver. He got better balls. I mean, this kid played with confidence all year. And that's just talking about Jack Andes. That's what these seniors did. They worked themselves to being better football players. There's not a more MVP guy in the county than Jack Andes for what he was able to do for us. Anytime we played a down team, he didn't get the ball. He only got the ball when it was the good teams out there, and he put up the numbers that he put up. And Jack Zarko, hard working offensive lineman. He aspired to be a D1 kid, pushed himself in the weight room, and this is as his freshman year, and he just kept getting bigger, stronger. And if you watch our games this year, we started moving around to the point of attack. This is what we're going to do. And he was just as versatile as Andy's was, playing right side, left side, guard, tackle. I was very impressive, both these guys.
Coach, I want to go back to a week that I got to see you guys, the week against Louisville, and just what kind of tone that set for this team. You guys go down John Collins early in the game. I remember you wanted to kill me after that because I talked to you about that before the game about not having an injury, but to be able to put Jack Andes in that position in the second half and draw something up like that, this team just had a special knack for the next man up mentality, didn't they?
Yeah, we had 30 seniors, and that's good depth at the senior level. The guys that are ready, waiting for their opportunity. So it was a lot of fun. And when John went down, we tried some things and we realized, hey, we got to do something different here. And that different was, the Wildcat with Jack Andes, who has a quarterback background going back to junior high and stuff. So, like I said, it was always in our plans. If need be, we can do this. And, he executed. And, for a week and a half, that is what we relied on. Everyone knew where the ball was going. He threw it a couple times, but everyone knew where the ball was going, and we were still able to execute and go get a couple wins.
Yeah, Kenny, that's what I wanted to ask about. Jack, you did throw the ball in that game, and it
sort of. Like a punt.
Yeah, Preston Copeland's had a heck of a catch.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. I was going to, Coach, how much did you hold your breath with that duck in the air?
Yeah, I wasn't joking. I thought he kicked the ball at first. Like, it's supposed to go to the outside guy. Just kind of went up, and I was like, okay. But Copeland's made a great play, and it was at a big time. Jack threw it where it needed to go, and our receiver made a play.
Jack, finally somebody helping you out, right? All season long, somebody bailed you out, right?
Yes, he did, yeah.
Zarko,
what a great memory to have, though.
I know.
Zarko, what are you thinking about Jack throwing the ball in that game? I mean, your head was probably down, but you saw it in the air, didn't you?
I did. I remember looking up and I just saw the big wobbly duck in there, and I was like, oh God. But then when Preston came up with the ball, I was ecstatic. It was such a great moment.
Yeah, Jack, how much fun did you have this year, Jack, playing all the different positions you did? And even in the loss to Massillon in the playoffs, I saw you lose your lunch on the sidelines, get back up, go in, take another big hit, go back in, and you wanted to finish that game, and you had over 200 yards of all-purpose yards and the only touchdown. How much fun did you have?
It was just overall a great season. I mean, I didn't even expect to be playing all these positions, but I just had to do my role and for the team, and it ended up just being great, and I had a lot of fun, so that's the most important thing.
Zarko, your coach mentioned about you wanting to be a D1 guy from the time that you were a freshman. Be able to build to the player that you are today. Are you going to go play college at the next level?
Yes, sir. Right now I'm committed to Miami of Ohio.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah. To be able to fulfill that dream, Jack, what has that meant to you? You got a teammate here that's going to be playing, baseball, Bowling Green, couple of MAC guys here, being able to say that you're going to be a Red Hawk at the next level, just the work that you put into that. Tell us about that journey.
Well, ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to play Division I football. My dad, he played at Indiana. He used to take us to games, and it was like, this is what I want to do. So ever since I got to high school, and I remember my sophomore year, he doesn't coach us anymore, but Coach Larry Kennard, he told me that I could easily have a chance to play at the next level. Ever since then, I kind of just really focused on getting faster and stronger to get to the point where I could be a Division I guy.
So Zarko, I want to ask you, if Coach Kennard went up against Coach Baum in a drill, who would win that drill?
Come on, you can tell us because you're a senior. You're leaving. You don't have to worry about him making you work hard anymore or anything like that. Go ahead.
That's a good question. I played basketball with Coach Baum this offseason. He's still pretty athletic, so I might have to take Coach Baum here.
Coach Baum, what about you? You taking him down or what?
Man, my athletic years are long gone. So.
But this is what's so cool about having both you guys today, as John just pointed out. MAC guys, BG and Miami. So while it's not going to be the same sport, you guys might cross paths in the MAC somewhere along the way. And Ziggy Zumba, you know all about that already at BG, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. Coach Bob, you're shaking your head.
Oh, Ryan Henry on staff. I got to hear about that all the time anyway. So, yeah, I'm sure those two have it down already.
Oh, yeah, they do. Hey, guys, congratulations on great years for both of you. We will see all three of you Thursday night at the High School Football Awards banquet and look forward to catching up with you guys there. And thanks so much for joining us on the Huddle, not only today but throughout the year, Coach, and with the players, and outstanding season for all you guys.
Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it. Thanks for all you guys do.
You got it, Coach. Love that. Pair of Jacks. How about that? We had a pair of Jacks right there from the Hoover Vikings. I just realized this, John. We had Maslin on to start, right? And one of the players up for Stark County Player of the Year, Jaden Williams. Another Stark County Player of the Year candidate, Jack Andes. And now as we bring in Tim Goodman, he's bringing with him another Stark County Player of the Year candidate in J.R. Jackson. And the guys are up this morning, and we've seen them throughout the year. We had to get them on to honor them in the way that we can on the Huddle, as J.R. Jackson with Alliance, the senior, is the all-county quarterback on the team. How's that make you feel?
I mean, it's a great feeling for me for sure.
Kenny, we got to give some props here to Coach Chet Harper as well, the basketball coach. He let JR out of basketball practice early here to be with us today. So JR is already a great basketball player. JR, I think you're going to play college ball at the next level for basketball, aren't you? Tell us about that.
Yes, sir. As of right now, I am committed to play basketball at the University of Walsh.
So committed to go play at Walsh for Jeff Young and stay here locally. JR, the year that you had playing football, though, and just the year and the tone that you set as being the leader of this team, what went into that for you, and what went into the work to make that possible?
It was definitely a lot. I mean, me and my other seniors, we came together before the start of the football season and just knew that we had a big season ahead of us. So we just always put the work in day out to be great.
Coach, what did it mean having this kid running your offense this year and getting you guys to your first ever home playoff game?
Yeah, he made life easy, I'll tell you that. He's a player, special kid. He's the type of kid that you trust because he makes the right read. I mean, how many times I said, Jared, hey, be smart here, and he always made the right play. And when you have a kid like that, you kind of trust some protection a little bit weaker, some 50-50 shots, some you think might be there but might not. You put the trust and put the ball in his hands, good things are going to happen. So he made life easy as a coach.
JR, when the coach says make a smart play here, what goes through your head in that moment? Because there's a lot of plays that you could make. So what's going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. Definitely looking for the read first. And if the read's not there, I try to scramble and keep my eyes downfield to make a play.
John Bazika, this kid is not only the first-team all-county quarterback. He could have been first-team all-county defensive back, first-team all-county punter. I mean, this kid did everything. How were you able to handle all of that, JR, while still being the quarterback in the field general?
I mean, it's just a lot of focus. I mean, I just got to stay composed. I might mess up a play on offense, but I know I can always get it back on defense.
Yeah, and you did 6 times, I think, if memory serves me correct, plucking that ball out of the – how much playing quarterback helped you, playing defensive back?
I'll say a lot, definitely, because, like, I can sort of read the quarterback's eyes. Like, Coach Gilman always tells me I got to look off the safeties, look off the corners. So, definitely when I see the quarterback looking my way, I know I can try and make a play on the ball.
JR, I know that you know, because all you have to do is wander the hallways of Alliance to see that gold football that's sitting in the case, knowing about who that quarterback was at Alliance back in the day, Len Dawson. what does it mean to be the quarterback at Alliance, knowing the history of that position there and just the history of Alliance football?
It's a great feeling. Obviously, I know that Lynn Dawson's was a great quarterback. I definitely looked at his numbers sometimes and tried to compete with him.
All right, I'm looking at our all-county offense, and I see J.R. Jackson, senior quarterback on that first team, Jaron Blair, senior wide receiver on that team. Who else am I missing? There's one more, isn't there, Coach, on the offense?
Keaton Jones on the was a guard for us on the all-county team.
There you go. So 3 guys from your team, Coach, make the all-county team. What's that say about the group you had this year?
Yeah, I mean that speaks volumes. You know, it's always a little bit tougher for smaller schools or EBC schools to get guys on that team, and rightfully so because of the competition in those bigger schools. And you know, you go with federally schools and Massillon and McKinley, and you just had Hoover on. There's great players there. So whenever we can get one guy on, it's a tremendous honor. But to get 3 guys on, that speaks volumes to the type of season we had and the type of players we had in the senior class.
And JR, I'm going to jump in with one more, John Bazika. Sorry, because these questions are just flying through my head, and I want to get it out here. You're with Owen McCroskey from East Canton. So a D, what, you guys D3, D4? You're D?
Yeah.
D3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, and East Canton's D7. So our 2 quarterbacks on this year's all-county team are the small school quarterbacks ahead of Massillon, ahead of McKinley in that. What's that mean to you, JR, to know that of all the divisions, right, and the 19 teams we cover in the county, you and Owen are the top 2 quarterbacks?
I mean, it means a lot. Massillon, McKinley, they all have great quarterbacks, but I always think that I'm one of the best around, so I compete like that.
Tim, having this guy in your foxhole, I mean, he's the type of kid you want running the show, isn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, when the ball's in his hands, good things tend to happen. I mean, you look at the numbers; they speak for themselves. But you know, beyond the stats and the plays that he makes, the leadership qualities that he has, that he's the first guy. Kid drops the ball, he puts his arm around him, picks him up, says, "Hey, we're gonna get the next play." The line misses a block, he's the first guy to say, "Hey, we're cool. You got the next one." So just those little accolades that people don't see, that leadership quality. You know, all eyes go to the quarterback. I know that being a former offensive lineman, you get in that huddle, you're gonna look at your quarterback and you're feeding off his energy, and the energy that JR gave out all year was tremendous.
Well, and
go ahead, John.
No, and Coach, I mean that shirt you're wearing, I love it. It's the 2025 playoff shirt. That, you know, what does that do then when the players that are juniors and sophomores and freshmen see you wearing that shirt and know that this guy set that tone? What does that do for the program?
Yeah, I think it's tremendous. I think you already seen that. I think the records that he broke were Brendan Zerberg's records, right?
Right.
Seeing that these guys take that next step and competing with the guys in the past. I mean, you touched on it. The quarterback position at Alliance High School is tremendous. I mean, we've had guys go big time places, and so that competition, you love it. And that's what we talk about with these seniors a lot too. You know, you want those bragging rights when you leave and graduate and saying, "Hey, my school's going to beat your school this week." That never stops. So them setting that tone for those younger guys. Hopefully our younger guys saw what they did this year to have the success they did, and they can kind of take that baton and move it forward and compete with the ghost of J.R. Jackson.
All right. So question for both of you guys. I'll start with you, J.R. Jackson. All right. You weren't the quarterback when the season started last year. You get moved to quarterback, and now you're the all-county quarterback. Was there ever a doubt in your mind when you made the move that you would have this type of success at quarterback?
Kinda. Not. I wasn't so sure at the start, but definitely as the season went on, I did think I could have some good success at it.
All right, Coach, and you look like a genius. Now, it may have taken you a little bit longer than some people wanted, but now you look like a genius by doing this. Take me through the transformation of JR at quarterback.
Yeah, JR played quarterback, I mean, all the way up through. He was the quarterback of when I first got here, the 8th grade team that was really good. He was a quarterback on the freshman team. And then his sophomore year, we had Brendan. So JR's a tremendous athlete, so we put him at receiver, and he was a really good receiver. So we wanted to keep him there and get him the ball that way. You know, and then as the season unfolded, we just said, hey, you got to have your best player touching the ball every play. And so we were snapping the ball to JR. You know, his first game he went out and was tremendous. And then as each game went on, got better and better, built rapport with his receivers. And then, you know, as we went through the ups and downs of last year, coming to this year, we kind of knew we had something cooking. And we had a good summer. And then we went out that first game. And from there on, we had a really good offense thanks to JR, his line, and his receivers.
JR, is there an encore performance that's going to rival football to be even better on the basketball floor? Tell us about that.
I'm definitely. I mean, I had a great football season. Hopefully, it carries over to the basketball court for sure.
You know who the happiest guy is, Tim Goodman? Coach Young at Walsh. Now he doesn't have to worry about whether or not he gets hurt on a Friday night, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's probably always in the back of, you know, JR's mind, his parents' mind, the coach's mind. But you know, JR's a tremendous athlete. He's a smart player, and that, you know, I got asked all the time, "Are you any fear playing on both sides?" There really never was. Just because I know JR, and the type of kid he is. I know the work he puts in the offseason to make sure his body's durable. And you know, he had a great season for us. And to answer your question, he's going to have a fantastic season in basketball. Really excited to watch him play this year and the rest of those guys.
EBC level player of the year right there. Was he EBC player of the year in football?
No, he was not. We had some good players out here at West Branch of Salem that, you know, he you know, in my mind, he probably should have been, but you know, that's how the votes go sometimes. The numbers speak for themselves. I'll just put it at that.
Because I was gonna ask guys. I mean, I don't know. It maybe has never happened. I'm sure it has at some point. But I mean, he had a real chance to be EBC player of the year in football and basketball. Like that's not very often that happens. And JR, you had a real chance to do that. Just outstanding year for you and for the Aviators this year to have a home playoff game, guys. Congrats on the great year.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, use that as motivation in basketball to get it in basketball. Okay, JR?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you guys Thursday night at the High School Football Awards banquet, guys. Congratulations.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
All right. There you go.
Kenny, we've got a couple.
I was just going to say, the three of the kids that are up for Stark County Player of the Year joined us this morning. Jaden Williams from Massillon, Jack Andes from Hoover, and J.R. Jackson. One of those three is going to win the award. You're going to have to find out Thursday night who it is by coming to our banquet. You can get tickets right now at the radio station, WHBC. Walk on in, cash your check only, buy your ticket. Old Carolina Barbecue is going to be feeding all of us, which is fabulous. And then we'll find out who the coach of the year is and who the player of the year is.
I was going to say there was a fourth in there too, Dylan Anderson from
East Canton.
And so there were four guys that were up for it: Dylan Anderson, Jaden Williams, J.R. Jackson, and Jack Andes. Man, could you imagine putting all four of those guys on the same team? Guess what? We did.
Yeah, they're on our team, right? And John, let's do that. And then we've got to give some love to our sponsors. And then we've got to get our sweet play of the week. We're going to go long. It's okay. I canceled what I had to do. So we'll go long to, share this with everybody. But all-county team, here we go. 2025 offense, Stark County all-county team, as picked by the coaches, by the way. Okay, this isn't us. This isn't media. These are our 19 coaches who voted on this. Your quarterbacks, J.R. Jackson from Alliance, Owen McCroskey from East Canton. Your running backs, Davis Madsen Lake, Corey Jacobs Jackson, Kylan West McKinley, over 1,500 yards after last night's great performance. Javion McClendon from Glen Oak, Xavier Owens, over 200 yards last night, 3 touchdowns for Massillon. Those are our running backs. Our wide receivers, Giorgio Jackson, Massillon, Cam Evanich, Marlington, Logan Ullman from Northwest, Jaron Blair, Alliance, and Jack Andes from Hoover. Our tight end is it Snavely? Did I get that right? It's Peter Snavely, right, John? From Fairless, had a great year at tight end. So Peter Snavely getting the award at the tight end position. We only pick one, so that makes him really stand out as the top tight end. Our offensive linemen, the tackles, Aiden Norris, Louisville, Preston Daisy, Perry, Jack Zarko from Hoover, Logan Hayes, McKinley, and Marcus Garner Jr. from Massillon. Also, Cannon Jones from Alliance is one of the guards. Our center is Trevor Burek. Our kicker is Landon White. And so congratulations to our all-county offense. Our all-county defense, we'll start up front. The D lineman, D'Angelo Spear, Canton South. Gavin Salzwimmer from Lake, David Tully, Hoover, Colin Hinkle, McKinley. Huge hit last night. Jarred the ball loose for a 94-yard scoop and score for McKinley. It started with Hinkle crushing the running back. Samuel Dawsis from Massillon had a big game for them last night as well, making plays, forcing turnovers. Jaden Williams, the linebacker from Massillon, is on the all-county defense, along with other linebackers. Dylan Anderson from East Canton, Carter Lukens, Hoover, Nate Eberhard from Tuslaw, Connor Shepard from Perry, and then our defensive backs, Luke Seaman from Louisville, Shad Davis, McKinley, Cam Carl, could have been on the wide receiver side of things. He's on the defensive back side of things for Fairless. Braylon Gamble, Maslin, Aiden Stevens from East Canton, and Cooper Mazur is our punter. That's our all-county team, offense and defense, and they will all get their awards Thursday night at our banquet.
It's a great team. Unbelievable group of guys there. And, it's something that truly is special each year that we get to have the coaches vote on it. For 81 years now we've been putting that together. And my favorite thing every year, Kenny, is when I'm at the banquet going through and looking at all of the names from yesteryear were on this team and looking at the program, because it makes you realize that these kids are entering a fraternity that, yes, has a lot of names in it, but to be on the team every year, it's truly an honor. And as you said, and I just really want to hit on that point for everyone watching, it's picked by the coaches. Right. The coaches pick this. They go through, they vote, they see film, they go through, they know who they want to vote for on this, and they vote and they put the team together. We have no output, no input on it at all. We just put it together and we're there and we give them food and they vote on it and they enjoy the afternoon that they're there. And it's an honor every year to be a part of that and to help them in that process of picking this team that is so important to the county.
Yeah, it is. All right, John, let's go. We gotta move along, man. We got our sweet play of the week for Marianne Donuts, our Community One player of the week. Where you want to go first?
Yeah, let's go to the sweet play. I got to show this one more time. This is going to be an honorable mention sweet play. But, but I mean, like, come on. Like, this is a pretty great play. I mean, how many times? I mean, look at how fired up. Look at Manny Patterson. Look at, boom, dang, just right through the heart of that defender. Just an incredible job there by young man Anthony McMullen Jr. You don't get better plays than that. So that's a runner-up. And Kenny,
you do get better plays than that. It happened right here. The season was on the line. McKinley is down in this situation, John, okay? It was 14-9, I believe the score was. 17-9, okay? McKinley's down. It looks like Mentor is going to punch it in from the 2-yard line to go up by a 24-9 score. And then Colin Hinkle comes up with this hit. Watch this, right on the boom. There's the ball, pops out, bounces once, twice, and right into the hands to Dwayne Robinson. 94-yard scoop and score for the McKinley Bulldogs. That gave them new life in that game at Mentor last night. Play it again, John, because without this, we don't have the dramatic finish that we have. And unfortunately, yes, McKinley lost. But watch this, the penetration. Oh, yeah, Hinkle, he's on the all-county team for plays like that. And his teammate Robinson made sure that didn't go for naught. He grabs it, scoops, scores 94 yards instead of being down 24. I think it was 24-9 at that point. Okay, it's now, after the 2-point conversion, a 17-17 game, and it came down to the final 2 minutes where McKinley lost by 1, but this was a huge play, and it is our Marianne Donuts sweet play of the week. Hinkle with the hit, Robinson with the scoop and score.
Yeah, unbelievable play there, and just an unbelievable job by the McKinley defense all year, Kenny. They came up with big plays, and they were the heart and soul so many times of that team on that side of the ball. And just the fact that comes up short for them yesterday. Yep. This is a play that they will remember for a long time. I love looking at the scoreboard in the background too. Look at them. You can see the guys celebrating into the camera that was there in the end zone. So they knew where they were on the field. Just, man, you just wish that McKinley could have pieced that together and gotten the win.
And you got to show the donuts, John. Come on. It's the Marianne Donuts sweet play of the week, and it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, look at this. We've been lucky to have them on board with us for a number of years. Marianne Donuts and the Saturday morning huddle. It's the perfect combination to get caught up on all things high school football in Stark County. Grab your favorite box of Marianne Donuts, a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, then sit back and enjoy watching the Saturday morning huddle, courtesy of WHBC, to see how your high school football team did on Friday night. Marianne Donuts, high school football, WHBC, classic Canton traditions. And thank you once again to Marianne Donuts for believing in the Saturday morning huddle.
Marianne Donuts, a key sponsor, couldn't do it without them, of course, and our other sponsors as well. And I know we have our player of the week from last night. I did not make a graphic for it because I didn't have a photo of Kylan West, but Kylan West, outstanding night last night, Kenny. And I wanted you to say about his night for the McKinley Bulldogs. He's a sophomore. He's just a sophomore. So he's going to get a lot more player of the years moving forward. This is not going to be his only one that he ever gets.
No, this is a kid that runs hard, plays well above his age, his years, right? He had just a huge night last night, and he was one of the reasons McKinley was in line to win that game last night. But unfortunately, they lose 25-24, but not because of Kylan West. He had a big 13-yard touchdown run, John, late in the game that put them up 24-17. And when you look at his numbers, I want to say right around 200 yards he finished with last night. And he also, John, went over 1,500 yards for the season. So, yes, our Community One player of the week is indeed Kylan West for the job he did last night in getting McKinley close to their victory there at Mentor. And when it comes to money, Community One Credit Union is always on your team. They've got the plays that make life easier, from loans to checking, online banking and mobile services to youth accounts, everything in between. Community One Credit Union, where community comes first always. Membership open to everyone in Stark County. And our Community One Credit Union player of the week, Kylan West from McKinley last night in that tough loss to Mentor 25-24.
And again, he is on the all-county team.
Yes, he is.
He made the team as a sophomore and just speaks to the year that he's had. And I do want to give him some props. And I did find this, Kenny. Just give me a second here to load this up. But I did find a highlight of him from earlier this year. This was a touchdown of his against Green earlier this year, I believe, that he had, that he ran on. I believe he runs the ball here. Look at that. Hits the hole, takes the hit, goes into the end zone. Got to give him credit where it's due. He had a great year for McKinley, and I think with him leading the way moving forward, McKinley has always had great running backs, Kenny, and Kylan West he's going to be one of the ones in a long line, joining guys like Mike Doss, and you go all the way back to like Wayne Fonts and Phil Martin from the 50s. Yeah, this guy's gonna be right up there with them.
Yeah, so to recap what happened last night in and around Stark County with the high school football playoffs, Division I, Region I, a thriller at Mentor. The Cardinals score with 20 seconds left in the game on a fourth down play to come to within one, and then they decide we're going for two. They convert the two-point conversion. Mentor beats McKinley 25-24. McKinley's season ends at 9-3. Mentor now moves on to take on St. Ed's in the D1 playoffs. In D2, all Massillon last night. Columbus DeSales, their quarterback, RJ Day, the son of Ryan Day. He had his, moment in the sun, if you will, or in the fog last week when they scored late in the game to win their game to take on Massillon. But this was all Massillon. Xavier Owens, have yourself a night, kid. 215 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did that in 3 quarters of play. Massillon beats DeSales 48-14. Anthony McMullen with 2 touchdown runs and 80 yards. We told you about Xavier Owens, 3 touchdown runs. Deontay Malone with a kickoff return for a touchdown. Of course, he had the punt return against McKinley a couple of weeks ago. Just an impressive effort. And Coach Moore wasn't even happy. He told us earlier in the show with the way they played. So they think they can play better, and they're going to have to against Big Walnut this week, because if you remember last year, John, Big Walnut 14, Massillon 7, 96-yard kickoff return given up by Massillon, 17 penalties for 175 yards by Massillon last year in that loss in the playoffs. So they'll have a little bit of revenge on their mind, and they're going to have to clean that up to beat Big Walnut.
They will indeed, and that'll be the game that we'll have for you next week on 1480 WHBC as part of our Freshmark Sugardale game of the week. And again, just like most years, one standing, and it is the what did you say, the lone cat in the fight. left at the end of the year.
Big Cat. How about that? The Big Cat in Stark County. Until somebody beats them, they've knocked off Stark County teams 28 straight times, John, going back to 2015. So somebody's got to try and knock off Massillon, and nobody's been able to do so in Stark County. And they're going for their second state title in the playoff era this year, and it'll be tough against Big Walnut, but we wish them nothing but the best. And your game last night, Mogador wins over East Canton, John. 47-14. Owen McCroskey with a 30-yard touchdown pass, I think, to Aiden Stevens in that game. He's our all-county quarterback along with J.R. Jackson. So they got on the board, at least didn't get shut out. But 10-win season, third round of the playoffs for East Canton, an outstanding year for Spider Miller and the guys.
Yeah, there had been 2 9-win teams before this, one by Spider back in 2017. They lost to Cuyahoga Heights that year. They went 9-3, and then I believe it was 1989. Coach Dave Lyons, I think, went 9-2. And this team, first 10-win team in Hornet history. As I said, they're the historic Hornets, first 10-win team.
I like that.
And also, they were the first team to go to Week 13. So a lot of new heights set this year. Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey referenced, by the way, there. A lot of new heights set this year for that team. And Coach Spider has done it now for 10 years there, and he downplayed. We talked about that last night on the broadcast, Kenny, how he had downplayed just the year that they were having and the year that they were going to have, and for him to go all the way to round 3 of the playoffs, classic coach speak on Spider's part.
He downplayed them before the season started, too, when we were at, the preseason dinner and everything like that. All they did go out and win 10 games and reach the third round of the playoffs. So great job by Spider Miller. And I like the historic Hornets. I'm going to steal that for Thursday night when you and I will be emceeing and announcing some of these awards.
I put the things out there for people to use, Kenny, and I'm happy that you're going to get more mileage with that than I probably will. So my listenership waned last night as it went on.
Well, I'm writing all this down, so I have stuff for Thursday, man. But outstanding year, John. We got to give more love to our sponsors again here on the Saturday Morning Huddle. Let me start before you put any graphics up. Let me start with Brian Bailey, Old Carolina Barbecue. All right, because throughout the season, our player of the game is sponsored by Old Carolina Barbecue. So the kids that win player of the game for all the games we do, they get a gift card to go eat at Old Carolina Barbecue. And oh yeah, the food we're going to have Thursday night at our high school football awards banquet, Brian Bailey and Old Carolina Barbecue going to be serving up about 300 people on Thursday night at St. Hieronymus. If you want to be one of those 300 people, go to WHBC right now. Well, not right now. We're closed. Monday and get your ticket. $30. Check or cash, get your ticket, be there, find out who the coach of the year is, player of the year is, and you will be well fed from Old Carolina Barbecue. So thank you, Brian Bailey. And then the other sponsors that make the Saturday Morning Huddle possible. Akron Auto Auction. Check them out online at akronautoauction.com. Chad Bailey and his staff, phenomenal. I was just there on Tuesday, took in my second auction. Next time I go, I might be bidding on some cars, and you can do that as well. So go to akronautoauction.com. Mary Ann Donuts, thank you. Sponsor of our Sweet Play of the Week, Mary Ann Donuts. Every year we've done this. They've been a part of it. And you can't go wrong with Mary Ann Donuts, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, late at night, at a high school football game. Fall means football. Also, fall means Mary Ann Donuts, but you can eat them in the spring, the summer, the winter too. Go get your coffee. Go get your donuts at Mary Ann Donuts. So thank you to Mary Ann Donuts. Community One Credit Union, they sponsor our Player of the Week, and we're proud to have them on board with us, and we can't thank them enough for what they do. Community One Credit Union, where community comes first. Membership is open to everybody in Stark County. So thank you to Community One. And then, John, we've got 2 new sponsors that came on board with us, DeHoff Realtor and Dirty Hands Excavating.
Yeah, DeHoff Realtor, Ty Colucci, thanks to them all year for being a sponsor and being part of this and helping to keep the huddle going every single week. We couldn't do without Ty and the folks over at DeHoff. And then, of course, Dirty Hands Excavating and Restoration, LLC. Great year that their son had. Cam Carl, as we said, he is on the team as an all-county I believe
defensive back, John. He could have been, first team All-County defensive back and wide receiver, right? He deserved to, but, the thing I like about the coaches is they want to get as many kids on, the All-County teams as possible. So they'll put them on one side of the ball or the other so we get more kids on it. But he was worthy of being on both sides of the ball.
He was. And I want to go back, Community One Credit Union.
Yep.
Here, they've been sponsoring our Players of the Week. Of course, you go back to week one, Connor Shepard was it, and then even just a couple weeks ago with John Collins, the quarterback at Hoover being it, and of course this week, Kylan West being the player of the year. And we've got all those graphics, and if you want to see them all, we've shared them on our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC of who our players of the year have been, and we're going to make
the week, John, not player of the year, players of the week.
Players of the week, very good. I've got a lot going on. If you could see my jerry-rigged setup this morning, they'd understand why my brain is not functioning that well sometimes. But yeah, no, outstanding for all of our sponsors, and we thank them for being on board all season. And Kenny, it might be the last time we break the huddle, but I think there's a chance we could do one more.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, how far Massillon goes. The sponsorships are great. The viewers love what we're doing. We'll talk to people Thursday night at the awards banquet and get feedback from them. We hope you've enjoyed the huddle all year long. We enjoy getting up with you and trying to highlight as many coaches and players and teams as we possibly can. That's what this is all about. That's why we do it. And it's been a lot of fun this year. And one team's left in Stark County. It's the Massillon Tigers, Friday night, 7 o'clock, 1480 WHBC, as well as Mix 94.1. And they'll try and dump truck big one. They'll try and crack that big nut, that big walnut, this Friday night and advance further into the OHSAA playoffs.
Thanks to our guy Seth Bailey again for that great video.
Yes, Seth, thank you.
Messaged him last night, and he was very helpful in that. And thanks to all the folks that have contributed video throughout this year. Kenny, end of the road today. Buckeyes play tonight if you want to catch them against UCLA. And, of course, the Browns have the late game tomorrow at 4:15 against the Baltimore Ravens. So if you want to catch either of those, you can on 1480. And, of course, as Kenny said, Monday you guys will be doing your show live from the Croissant Center ahead of the basketball coaches. Yeah, so we're getting ready.
You and Dan Belford going to MC that, as I had a prior commitment already lined up. So you guys will take it through all the coaches. Second year now that we'll have done that. Looking forward to it. So how about this? Here's the setup. So last night, high school football playoffs, Friday, right, on WHBC, WHBCsports.com, and Mix 94.1. Saturday morning huddle, you and I, right? We've got the Buckeyes tonight, 7:30 kickoff, 6 o'clock pregame on WHBC. Tomorrow, the Browns, 4:25 kickoff, somewhere around 3 o'clock, is the pregame show. Come join me at Jersey's on Fulton with the Stark County Browns backers. Monday, we've got the high school banquet, high school basketball dinner with the coaches to tip off their season. Thursday night, high school football awards banquet at the Croissant Center at St. Hieronymus. Monday, Thursday, we're there. Friday, wherever Massillon's playing, we've got the high school football. So we're a little bit busy this time of the year, but it's a labor of love and it's our passion. So we hope you're enjoying our coverage on the different platforms that we provide.
We'll break the huddle for the day. Kenny, great job as always this morning. Thanks to all the coaches and folks that joined us, and thanks to all of the viewers out there who checked out the Saturday morning huddle. We'll catch you guys next time here on the Saturday morning huddle on 1480 WHBC. Have a great day, everyone.
Go Tigers.